Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a combination raids and band spotlight video. I got a couple of reissues here a little while back, and once I got them, I thought, you know what, I'll just do a video completely about this band, kind of talk about their discography and what they're up to these days and everything, because this is actually a really awesome band. And the band in question, if you can't tell from the title of this video, is Crimson Thorn. And if you're not familiar with them, they are a death metal band from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Been around since 1991. They are still active, but as far as I know, there's no plans for a new album, and I believe they do some shows here and there. And actually, all three members of the last known lineup are currently in a band called Taking the Head of Goliath, which I will talk about at the end of this video. And I will get this out there right off the bat. You know, for those of you who can be open-minded about things, this band is a Christian band. And, you know, I've said in the past, and I mean this with no disrespect to anybody, but, you know, I've never been the biggest fan of Christian metal bands, just because a lot of the ones that I was hearing at the time were just, you know, just kind of a little too, and again, no disrespect, a little too preachy for my likings. But over the years, I've actually started to appreciate some of these bands, because there's some really heavy bands out there, some really solid bands that aren't that bad. And one of the first death metal bands that I got into that was Christian themed was Purification, and then I kept hearing about Crimson Thorn, and I saw this quote that made me really want to check them out, and it says, and I quote, "They can stand toe-to-toe with bands like Obituary, Carcass, and Cannibal Corpse, that they're technical and just pummeling death metal." I thought, you know, I gotta check these guys out, and I really got into what I was listening to. But of course, at the time, all their stuff was out of print, and so I was kind of bummed about that. But then I found out there was a collection that was put out that I think even at that time was out of print, but I was lucky enough to secure a copy, entitled Anthology of Brutality, 1992 to 2002, the complete collective works. And not super thrilled with the packaging of the discs like that, but it is what it is. I was just really happy to have this. But yes, this is a collection put out by Bombworks back in 2017, limited to 500 copies, containing all three long out-of-print albums with bonus tracks. The first album came with the Plagued demo from 1993 as bonus tracks. Disc 2 had covers of Living Sacrifice, Striper, and then a other song called Something Else, which, believe me, is a very interesting listen. And then the last disc had 3 live tracks recorded in Minnesota. So yeah, I was really happy to have this. And then a short time later, I discovered that they were putting out a remaster of the debut album. So of course, I had to pick that up as well. This is Unearthed, and I really dig that artwork. A lot better than the original artwork. There's the back, and comes on a nice gold disc. Yeah, Unearthed, debut full-length album, originally put out by Atomic Records in 1994. The second and third pressings from 95 and 97 contain different artwork, which is basically a variation of this here. And then this is the fourth press, put out on a gold disc by Bombworks in 2019. Limited again to 500 copies. And the layout and design of this is actually done by Scott Waters from Ultimatum and No Life to Metal Records, using the second press's artworks, but a revamped version, which I enjoy immensely more. And like the collection disc, it actually contains the entire Plagued demo from 1993 as bonus tracks. And finally, the ones that I got here recently are 2021 reissues. This is the band's second full-length album, entitled Dissection. Again, really badass artwork, I have to say. And there's the disc. But yeah, Dissection, second full length, put out by Morphine Records in 1997. Another edition was put out by Little Rose Productions in 1999 with a kind of lightened up version of this artwork. It was not very good, in my opinion. This is the Metal Icon series, put out by Bombworks just this year. Again, the layout and design done by Scott Waters. Contains the same bonus tracks, the Sacrifice and Striper covers, and the Something Else song, but this one also came with this cool little trading card, so that's pretty cool. And then you got the last full-length album here. Whoop, almost dropped it. Purification. Again, really awesome artwork. Love the layout and design of this. Here's the disc. Band photo. Yeah, I'm getting my paper flipped over here, sorry. So yeah, third full-length album, originally put out independently by the band in 2002. It was also released on Silent Music Records in 2006, limited to 750 copies with a slipcover, 3 live tracks from Minneapolis, and also 2 tracks from the Plagued demo as well. Again, this is a Metal Icon series put out by Bombworks just this year. Again, the same layout and design done by Scott Waters, which, you know, all these look amazing. Got the same live tracks from Minneapolis, this time minus the couple of songs from the Plague demo. And again, you get a nice trading card of Luke there, the vocalist. But yeah, really solid stuff. All 3 of these albums are just heavy, technical. The vocals on here are just absolutely amazing. They even, I believe it was on the first album, put out a disclaimer that no effects were used on his vocals. I mean, he's just got this really deep growl that's absolutely amazing, very powerful. And yeah, musically, really solid stuff. I definitely recommend checking these out if you are, as I said, open-minded enough for things, you know, that are Christian related. Because to me, and again, I don't want to sound disrespectful when I say this, they don't sound preachy at all. Just absolutely heavy, crushing death metal. And yeah, so as I said before, the last known lineup of this band actually went on to be in another band entitled Taking the Head of Goliath. And this time they play a more brutal death metal style. The members actually split up between Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. Been around since 2015. And the vocalist of Taking the Head of Goliath, Jake Martin, is actually also the vocalist of Broken Flesh, which is another absolutely crushing death metal band. And this time, Luke Reno, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. If not, I'm sorry. Handles bass and backing vocals here. And yeah, they have an EP out. And I actually literally just got this package in yesterday. Entitled, well, Taking the Head of Goliath. So yeah, love that artwork. Got the disc there. And yeah, this is put out by Rottweiler Records back in 2018. Again, absolutely amazing, brutal death metal. Still has that kind of technical flair to it, but just really heavy. And, you know, Jake's vocals are just absolutely crushing on this. And I actually ended up picking up 2 copies because the band was gracious enough to sign one for me. And I gotta say, though, just to show what kind of guys these are, I got the package in, and it was such a big package. I was like, man, that's awful big for just 2 CDs. I was like, well, maybe they just wrapped it up in some bubble wrap really good just to make sure. And yeah, there was a lot more than 2 CDs in there, and I was really surprised by that. I got these couple of cloth patches here, which will definitely be getting some use at some point. And then also got this really awesome poster here from the Hasten Revelation tour. Had, of course, you know, Taking the Head of Goliath and Crimson Thorn and a couple of other bands on here. So that was really cool. And, you know, unfortunately they didn't have any shirts in my size. So, you know, and I happened to be talking to Jake, the vocalist, via email because he emailed me about my CDs and everything. And he said that you were going to get some more in. So when I got the package and I saw this in there, I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And this is a Hasten the Revelation tour shirt. Very cool stuff. And basically just has this on the back of it. So yeah, really cool. Was not expecting that whatsoever. So thank you guys so much for that extra. I really appreciate that. And once you guys do get some more shirts in 3X, I definitely want to pick some up because I definitely want this artwork shirt for sure. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I will leave some links down below so you can check out Taking the Head of Goliath and Crimson Thorn. And yeah, until next time, Stay brutal.